Schon den neuen S63 gesehen. Oh, Alter, den können wir uns angucken. Da hat mir Big Jim schon ein Bild geschickt, obwohl wir gucken es uns einfach als Bewegtbildproduktion an. Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, mich hat es überhaupt nicht vom Hocker gehauen. Aber das geht mir bei allen neuen Autos so aktuell. Ich warte aber immer noch drauf, dass Mercedes mich einlädt, dass ich den neuen AMG GT Probe fahren darf. Aber ich glaube, da kommt nichts mehr, oder? Glaubt ihr? Könnt ihr ja mal in den Chat schreiben. Glaubt ihr, Mercedes kommt da auch noch auf mich zu? Tatsächlich mit V8? Okay, das wäre mir neu.
This is the new Mercedes AMG S63 and it's the most high-performance S-Class Mercedes has ever made.
Jetzt mal ernsthaft, ne? Wenn der so daneben Jetzt mal ernsthaft, wenn der so daneben steht, ne? Ich weiß, das ist alles der Aerodynamik geschuldet und dem Fußgängerschutz, ne? Das hat sich irgendjemand mal ausgedacht, dass das besonders klimafreundlich und fußgängerschutzmäßig ist. Machen wir kurz mein Bild weg. Aber jetzt mal ernsthaft, diese Front ist CLA, finde ich persönlich. Also es sieht einfach nicht gut aus, Digga. So, das ganze Fahrzeug, wenn er da so neben steht, es holt mich nicht ab. Es ist einfach, es hat nicht diesen Asozialitätsfaktor, wisst ihr? Also, Digga, wenn ich mir vorstelle, so, hey, hier so, weißt du, Digga, das ist halt einfach heftig. So die alten S-Klassen oder auch 222. Und dann kommt da hier dieses weichgelutschte, rundgelutschte Ding. Ja, oder W22 Mopf, weil wir ja quasi auf dem Hof stehen, ne? So, Digga, Bruder. Also jetzt mal ernsthaft, so, was bist du? Was bist du für ein Keck-Auto, Digga? Aber egal. Also ich bin euch ehrlich, wenn Mercedes zu mir kommen würde und sagen würde, hier Max, brandneuer S63, kannst 6 Monate fahren, dafür musst du deine S-Klasse verkaufen, also den S500. Real Talk, ich würde nein sagen. Ich würde sagen, verpisst euch, Digga, ich fahre das Ding nicht. Ich will weiter S500 fahren.
Mercedes has ever made. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. I've got a feeling I'm going to want one. Buy, sell, car. Wow. You know, I said I was going to tell you about this car. Well, actually, I'm going to get Arnie from AMG to tell us about this car.
Das ist natürlich auch easy Content hier von dem Dude hier, ne? Einfach irgendeinen AMG-Typ mal eingekauft, wahrscheinlich für das Video noch bezahlt. Schönes Werbevideo. Gleichzeitig noch im Cash Dezember stabile 600.000 Klicks abgedingst. Ich mach da gar kein Auge. Ich frage mich nur, Mercedes, wann kommt ihr zu uns mit dem S63 ins Schloss? Holt euch mal eine richtige Meinung ab da, ne?
And I'm going to interrogate him a little bit. So, Arnie, tell me about the design, because this looks like the most aggressive S-Class I have ever seen.
Alleine most aggressive S-Class I have ever seen, Digga. Läuft der die letzten 5 Jahre so durch die Weltgeschichte? Hallo, Chat?
What have you guys done to the exterior of this car?
For the first time ever, we have the AMG specific radiator grille on the S-Class. Second thing is,
finde ich total scheiße. Hier den Panamericana Grill auf einer S-Klasse. Digga, das ist also, nee, einfach nein. Der Panamericana Grill gehört auf dem AMG GT und auf dem AMG GT Viertürer und auf kein anderes Fahrzeug.
You do not see a standing star anymore. So also the first.
Ja, und der Sensor sieht natürlich, ja, das wird gerade auch im Chat geschrieben, Digga, oder? Haben wir noch einen Sensor da, Eiko? Wo machen wir den hin? Ah, ja, komm, knall den einfach mal neben den Stern. Sieht einfach aus, als hätten Boberg und Eiko da ein Hörnchen eingebaut.
S-Class without the standing star, we have this beautiful Affalterbach crest. And now also, if you have a look at it, it has a real AMG.
Digga, das sieht ja so scheiße aus alles. Auch hier, Digga, das stört mich total. Auf ästhetisch. Guck mal, das linke Ding, Ladeluftkühler. Und das rechte so, wo ist das,
Face. It looks like an AMG. You see that we have put everything on here that is available from the optional packages.
We've got carbon fiber down here. That's not standard, right?
No. The standard would be in body color. We have the night package. That means you have all dark chrome here.
So this stuff here, that's extra as well.
You have a great variety of options to choose from if you wanted to have like this kind of...
Ich gebe euch wirklich, also liebe Grüße an meinen Zukunfts-Maximiliano. In 3 Jahren, ich werde in 3 Jahren immer noch sagen, das ist die beschissenste S-Klasse, die sie je gebaut haben. Das ist nicht so, dass man sich dran gewöhnt und das irgendwann nice findet. Das war bei der C-Klasse auch schon so. 205 Coupé, schönste C-Klasse jemals. Danach dieses Schmutzding, was sie da vorgestellt haben mit dem Vierzylinder, der C63. Digga, den finde ich bis heute nicht cool. Und der ist schon seit 3 Jahren auf dem Markt.
More dark, more aggressive style or we have many customers that really prefer the chrome version.
Now, there's something I need to just double check down here. So you've got some big vents here. These are real. These are sending air into the intercoolers on the radiator, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. And we also have active aerodynamics here. So we have the air curtain down here that can open or close depending on the driving situation.
Yeah, I can see. So these bits here, these
Exactly.
twizzle around, don't they? Let's check it out down the
Krass, sowas hatte BMW einfach schon 2005.
side. I can tell that we've got some side
15, sorry.
skirts. You don't get those on the normal S-Class. And once again, they're in the upgraded carbon, of course. Would you spec it in the carbon or would you go for just the normal black?
I mean, I made the configuration for this car, and
Yeah, you weren't paying for it, were you? Though? That's the thing. If it was your own money, would you spec it up for the carbon?
I would do that, yeah.
Imagine though.
Carbon auf einer S-Klasse.
If you scuff that, oh my God, that's going to be expensive, isn't it?
Das ist nicht mehr mein Mercedes, Digga.
And people who drive S-Classes, they do tend to have them around town, and like door mirrors getting banged.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also quite expensive to replace a normal door mirror. So if you want to have your S63, you want to have it up to your choice.
Is it lowered over the standard S-Class?
No, it is not lower, but it goes lower if you go above 120 kilometers per hour.
Does the normal S-Class do that though?
It could be possible,
Probably
but
does.
I don't know if every S3.
Können wir das rausschneiden? Der Experte scheint seine Expertise verloren zu haben.
150 does that.
Wheels though, obviously you've got specific AMG wheels. What size have we got?
We have 21 inches here.
Finde ich ebenfalls echt lost, die Felgen.
The car starts with 20 inch, but all the options are 21 inch. We have
Ist das jetzt 21 oder 20?
forged wheels, we have cast wheels.
So the forged wheels, are they lighter and stronger?
Yeah,
Right,
they're-
these are the top of the range wheels then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, they are pretty nice.
Sind das 21er, Digga? Das regt mich nämlich richtig auf. Seit der 222 haben sie so Riesenreifen. Also das Rad an sich ist größer geworden. Fragt mich nicht warum. Auf jeden Fall 220 und 221 haben kleinere Räder insgesamt vom Gesamtdurchmesser als 222. Und dadurch sieht auf einem 222 halt 20 Zoll und 21 Zoll klein aus. Das ist einfach richtig blöd. Also ich weiß nicht, warum sie es gemacht haben. Ich kann es mir nicht erklären. Auf jeden Fall ziemlich lost alles.
So once again, talking about in town, these are going to be prone to being curbed. Look at that. And with the two-tone, look, you've got the paint there and then the diamond cut there. Ow. And obviously you've got your V8 bi-turbo.
Habt ihr auch so einen komischen Ton? Also, dass das Video irgendwie einen komischen Ton hat? So, als wäre er irgendwie so verschwommen, so ein ekliger Filter drauf oder so? Oder sind meine Kopfhörer kaputt?
Badge E-Performance.
Yes.
Ach so, das ist der Hall aus der Halle. Jetzt check ich das.
We'll come on to that in a moment. Is there anything else at the side? Obviously you've got like this black trim. Once again, is this the
Yes.
shadow?
This is also called a part of the night package.
Warte mal. Hä, wo ist denn hier die Colorverglasung?
So you get the dark chrome parts in the front and you get the trim on the wheel.
Chat, wo Colorverglasung? Einfach rausgestrichen? Ich dachte, das Ding ist voll.
Windows in black.
No, there's so many packages to think
It's
about.
just two actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a carbon and a night package.
I'm
But
completely
there's a
wrong
lot
then.
of parts, yes.
There's a lot of parts they cover. All right, let's move on to the rear. So then, Arnie, what are the changes at the rear?
Well, obviously, see, you have the AMG beds and S63 on a red basis. That implies it's an E-performance.
First off, I'm not so sure
E-Performance.
about like the red badging on an S-Class.
Digga, diese S-Klasse ist alleine das Farbkonzept. Alleine das Farbkonzept sieht schon aus, als wäre das in Angarage von Bobergs und Eikos BMW-Folierer zusammengestellt. Wir haben eine Nardo-grau matte S-Klasse mit Chrom, mit Carbon und mit Rot. Und wenn ich jetzt gleich irgendwo noch schwarz finde, ach, der Grill ist schwarz, stimmt. Digga, was ist das für ein Vieh?
Well, I mean, we have it on the
Alter.
S-Class, we have it on the GT, we have it on the C-Class. It's something to recognize it's an E-performance model. We didn't want to put an extra E-performance badge somewhere on the back.
Why? Because I noticed that there isn't the E-Performance badge. Why on this car, whereas on the AMG GT and the C-Class you have the E-Performance name, but you don't here, do you?
It was a question of design, and this is very,
Da fehlen ihm selber die Worte. Was ist es? Sportlich, elegant, performant?
So somebody decided that actually it doesn't look that cool, let's not do it on the next cars. So we won't see the e-performance logo.
Wenn redet, ist doch der Ton komisch. Oder?
No.
Or is it because they're all moving towards e-performance and you just can't keep on putting it on there, it's just assumed that it's e-performance?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to overbatch it, and we have to put it on the side.
Okay, right, all right, fair enough. Okay, so we've got the shadow effect.
Da haben sie Shadow Black dann. Ey, Leute. Das ist wirklich die schrecklichst konfigurierteste S-Klasse, die ich jemals in meinem Leben gesehen habe. Das Ding sieht einfach aus, wie wenn Klaus-Peter aus Trittau sich sein RS3 konfiguriert und dabei den Schwarz-Weiß-Modus von seinem Bildschirm anhat. Ohne Spaß.
Whatever it's called, shadow line trim going on. Wait a minute.
Night package.
Shadows BMW.
Wir reden hier über einen Wagen, der über 200.000 Euro kostet, Digga.
Isn't it?
Ich würde nicht mal meinen Tesla so konfigurieren.
Sorry about that. I'm surprised it just kicked me out of here. Anyway, we've got the night package. Looks nice at the rear. We've got the quad tailpipes. Are they quad beneath? Because I know these are just exhaust surrounds.
Let's have a look. Yeah,
Come
I
on.
would say so.
There's two. There's two. Good old V8 and a diffuser as well.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, does it actually work to improve the downforce or make the car more
It
stable?
improves the downforce.
It
I mean,
really
not
does.
on a level like you know it from a GT Black Series
Yeah.
or something, but it does actually work.
Are there any changes to the actual body dimensions at all?
GT Black Series
Yeah.
or something, but it does actually work.
Are there any?
Irgendwie auch schwierig, ne? Das ganze Auto ist rund gelutscht wie ein Fiat 500 und dann kommen da diese asozialen, eigentlich immer noch 2014er Look-like AMG-Blenden. Das ist irgendwie, Digga, das stört mich beim GLE auch so. Beim GLE, das ist einfach so ein rund gelutschtes Vieh und dann halt auf einmal so eckige Endstelldämpfer. Gibt's Infos zu Education, der die Songs wie CL? Kommt da noch was? Danke für die Donation auf jeden Fall. Ich habe zudem keinen Kontakt mehr. Ich weiß es nicht. Der ist irgendwie aber locker mal einem Jahr oder so, ist der einfach untergetaucht. Deswegen kommt auch nur noch auf Livestream was und nicht mehr auf Maxhub.
Any changes to the actual body dimensions at all? Because I know with the C-Class, obviously it's slightly wider over the front wheel
No,
arches.
we don't have that here. So the S-Class, I mean, still an S-Class is a little more modest than a C-Class. So you won't find any spoiler lips, any air outlets. Still, you can see that it's an AMG from every.
Also jetzt ganz ehrlich, hätten sie hinten noch einen Spoiler in Hochglanz schwarz draufgeklebt, hätte das den Cool dieser Kirmesbude auch nicht mehr fett gemacht.
perspective.
You can, but do you know what, Arnie? Imagine
Zumal ist das eine kurze S-Klasse.
an S-Class with like widened wheel arches. Would you like to see that? Would you like to see that?
Well, I think you can see it, but then the car isn't from us anymore.
Okay, fair enough. So Arnie, being sat here, I can
Innenraum finde ich ganz geil, muss ich tatsächlich sagen. Also gerade wenn er so konfiguriert ist. Carbon in der S-Klasse lässt sich jetzt wieder drüber streiten, aber an sich sehr stimmig.
tell it feels more sporty than the normal S-Class. You've got your general S-Class architecture, but there's something about it. So point out the main differences. Obviously the first one is this, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is where you lay your hands on. This is an AMG specific steering wheel with the steering wheel buttons.
Yeah, I'll just turn the ignition on so we can see them light up. So these are the things that control. Way! I forgot it's a plug-in hybrid, and so as soon as you put it into sports mode, it starts up. Let's just cut it. I'm not supposed to start it, man over there. Got very cross at that.
War versehen.
Yeah, it was Arnie's fault. He told me to do it. Anyway, so let's see if we can get the buttons back on. So you can choose your different drive.
Hä, darf er den Wagen in diesem Raum nicht starten? Oder was war da jetzt gerade der Insiderwitz, dass er den so schnell wieder ausgemacht hat?
Driving modes there. Then this one is the one that lets you toggle in between different settings, isn't it? Such as the noise that you get from the.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a variety of options to choose from, and you can even choose what you want to have here. Do you want the full variety? Do you want to have three of your favorite settings?
Yeah, so like suspension, you can toggle between the noise that you get from the slightly artificial, hybridy, soundy system, you know.
Gott, Digga. Also wenn mein Auto anfängt, Geräusche aus Lautsprechern in meine Richtung zu machen, dann gebe ich echt den Löffel ab.
And then other bits and pieces. And on this one as well, you've got like a regen mode. So if I press that in,
Yeah.
I can choose the different regen effects.
Ich finde, die haben zwar viele Bilder jetzt eingeblendet, aber ich habe überhaupt nicht verstanden, was er da rumfummelt.
Because obviously this is a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go from almost coasting to up to one pedal drive.
Okay, what else is going on the steering wheel? Because I've never seen these buttons before. What's this?
Yeah, this is the buttons for the Drive Pilot. So the Drive Pilot will also be available for the AMG model. Not directly with the market introduction, but a couple of months later. Yeah, and that means the level 3 system. That means you can keep your hands off the wheel, you can do something else, while the system is in charge
Do
of
something
the car.
else? Like what?
Jungs, ihr guckt euch zu lange in die Augen dabei.
That's to your fantasy.
Anyway, so you can actually let the car just drive itself. This is on the like Autobahn, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there are some conditions that have to apply, like it has to be on the Autobahn. It's up to 60 kilometers per hour, so it's more like a traffic jam.
So you can't do maximum speed on the Autobahn like that?
No, that's
Or like
not.
that?
Then you have to switch the seat and have a seat at the back.
Right. I noticed a big like lump in the grille, which I didn't mention earlier. Is that anything to do with this?
Yeah, exactly. This is the LiDAR sensor. It's very important to have the exact data on what is happening in front of the car. So we're using several systems. It's a LiDAR, it's a radar, it's cameras, it's GPS, it's multiple other satellite systems that are all connected together to make sure that the car is always very, very precise in its position and in the driving operations.
If you don't like that lump in the grille, think it looks ugly, then you just have to not select the piloted drive. Okay. The displays are very different to a normal S-Class as well.
I developed some AMG-specific graphics, of course. So in the Super Sport mode, also for the head-up display, we have Super Sport mode. We even have a race mode there. And you can get all the information that you want to have about the settings of your car, the telemetry data from track pace. Also,
Was sind das für Drecksaufnahmen?
go to all the other designs that you know from Mercedes-Benz.
And then moving on to this main...
Ich habe das Gefühl, ich sehe mehr darin Gesichter als so hochauflösende Bilder von der Technik, die da verbaut ist, von den Knöpfen, von den Graphical User Interfaces und so, Digga.
screen. What's different in here compared to the normal S?
Weil immer dieses rangezoomte Bild, so what the fuck, Digga, nimm dir doch einfach eine Kamera und tipp dann da drauf rum.
We have the performance and the track pace points here, and you can really see what the car is doing.
You used to give me a proper IWC clock in the car, but now we just have some graphics.
It was never as big as this.
So you're just going for sheer size, not quality. Yeah? Okay, fair enough. Right, and consumption, so we can look at that. And then we've got the track pace, which basically can help you drive quicker around various tracks. Any other changes? Dash? We've got carbon fiber on the...
Ganz ehrlich, wie findet ihr das so, wenn man in der Mitte alles über so ein iPad bedient? Also ich habe es ja jetzt 6 Monate bei einem Tesla gemacht und ich bin ehrlich, es war mehr, obwohl Tesla schon sehr intuitiv ist. Ich muss echt sagen, es hat mich mehr abgelenkt vom Verkehr, als dass es irgendwie so die Bedienung erleichtert hat. Also es war schon echt ein ganz krasser Ablenkungsfaktor, der Scheiß, weil du jedes Mal, selbst wenn du so Temperatur hochstellen willst, so genau erstmal gucken musst, dich nicht vertippen darfst und so. Ja, ich finde so ein paar Basic-Sachen, die müssen schon sein. Also Lautstärke, Temperatur, das muss auf jeden Fall ein Knopf sein.
Yes,
Not
you have
seen
a
that
carbon
before
fiber here.
in an
Yeah,
S-Class.
this will be newly released with the S63 performance.
Will you be able to get this on the normal S-Class in future? Carbon
If they
fiber?
also choose AMG line, this will be possible.
Right. And some other things I've noticed, I've got AMG mats, AMG kick plate there. We've also obviously got the AMG sport seats, which are still very
Die sehen echt geil aus, die Sitze, aber dieses hier stört mich, der Übergang.
comfy for sport
Yeah,
seats.
I mean, they are as comfy as the S-Class seats. Our main idea behind the S63, make it a real S-Class, so you get all the features, all the comfort features like you would expect from an actual S-Class, but also make it a real AMG.
Oh look, and you've got AMG on the headrest as well. Is that standard or do you have to pay extra for that?
That is part of the exclusive package.
Okay. I wouldn't mind running around in one of
Digga,
these.
egal.
Do you think it suits me?
Totally.
Okay then Arnie, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to tell me everything that's upgraded over the standard S-Class in the back while I go into full recline position.
Of course, you have everything as a...
Das ist geil, Digga. Dass man nur noch einen Knopf drücken muss und das automatisch gemacht wird und man nicht die ganze Zeit so auf Memory drücken muss wie bei mir. Das ist geil. Einfach nur ein Knopf und dann macht er alles selber.
already said that you know from normal S-Class, because this is really important to us to have a full S-Class, also full AMG. You also have, of course, the AMG specific seat graphics here, but you have the little relaxed pillows. You have on the screens, for example, also all the track pace data, all the performance information, everything you might want to know.
And this is long wheelbase?
Yeah, it's only long.
Was? Das ist lange Version? Dann haben sie den Arsch... Hä? Die Tür ist doch gar nicht länger als vorne. Und der Arsch ist ja übertrieben lang dann.
Wheelbase. Yeah, you will be able to enjoy everything AMG specific, everything we have in information, entertainment,
Carbon fiber.
carbon fiber, exactly.
I think it's time for my nap. Let's get to the most important part of this car then, and here it is, 4-litre twin turbo
Das ist geil.
V8.
Yes, but you only see half of the powertrain actually here, because we have a P3 hybrid e-performance, we have the electric engine on the rear axis. Combined system power.
Also ist es also quasi das gleiche System wie aus dem AMG GTE Performance, den ich unbedingt Probe fahren will, weil das Ding soll ein richtiges Biest sein. Finde ich ganz geil, aber Bruder, hätten sie lieber in die C-Klasse ballern sollen als in die S-Klasse. Also ich weiß nicht, wie viele S63 sich verkauft haben im Vergleich zum C63, aber so rein vom Gefühl her, ja, ist der C63 halt kein AMG mehr.
Of 802 horsepower.
What's the AMG GT?
Aber 802 PS ist halt schon echt krank, ne? Aber das ist ja nur Systemleistung. Also der Motor, was macht der? 600 PS?
TE performance.
839.
So this is not quite as powerful.
No.
Because I know this system, it's a revised hybrid system from the GT, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's improved, but you've kept the power below that. Is that because you're going to do the next generation of GT, which will then have more horsepower?
But
Yeah.
the GT is an AMG only, you know?
Right. Okay. How much horsepower do you get from the petrol engine on its own?
612.
Habe ich gut geschätzt,
And
ne?
then how much from the electric motor on top?
190.
Depending on which driving mode you're in, you have a bit more assistance from the electric motor, don't you? But there's a kick-down mode,
Yes.
which will always give you your 802 horsepower.
Yeah, no matter if you're in Comfort or Sports Plus.
But let's say I'm on the Autobahn. So I'm driving away on the Autobahn. I've got my foot flat on the floor. It's empty. It's dead early in the morning. There's no trucks on the Autobahn. Eventually, you're going to go through your battery and you won't have 802 horsepower, will you?
If the battery goes empty,
Yeah.
after a while, then it will use some of the power of the engine to charge the battery again, so you can boost again. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you've got a four-wheel drive system, so you've got a prop shaft sending power to the rear, then a transfer case sending power to the front.
Würde mich echt mal interessieren, wenn man jetzt mit dem S63 Hybrid und dem letzten S63 222 Mob, beide fahren zeitgleich los, beide voll geladen und also mit Sprit und Batterie und sonst was. Und beide ballern von Hamburg nach München, so schnell wie es halt geht. Wer mehr verbraucht, das würde mich echt interessieren. Ich glaube nämlich, der Hybrid würde mehr verbrauchen, wenn er seine Batterien wieder anfängt zu laden über den Petrol Engine, würde ich denken. Wenn sie natürlich beide nur auf Petrol laufen, glaube ich, dann wäre der neue wahrscheinlich effizienter, also der hier, würde ich annehmen. Aufgrund allein schon von... Obwohl, schwierig, der wiegt ja wahrscheinlich auch wegen der Batterie wieder mehr, ne? Da bringt ihm der Windwiderstand auch gar nichts. Schwierig. Das sind die Fragen, die mich beschäftigen, Mercedes. Und nicht, was ihr euch bei eurem Carbon-Einlass-Futzel auf der linken Fahrerseite gedacht habt, wo gar kein Kühler ist.
Wheels, but also on the rear axle, you've got that electric motor which can send power to the rear wheels and also to the front wheels. It's all a bit confusing.
I mean, the whole hybrid layout, the whole system is something completely newly invented by AMG, so no one else has that. For us, it was very important to have a very dynamic car, very agile car, even though, of course, it is heavier.
What is the weight of this car?
Heavier, habt ihr gehört?
2,590.
Bruder, was? Was? Alter, das Vieh wiegt so viel wie mein Bentley Continental mit einem W12. Alter, und das ist ein Stahlschwein, wirklich vom Allerfeinsten der Bentley. Kunde.
25 kilograms.
That's quite a lot of weight. What was the old version?
It was about
Also ich nehme alles zurück. Der 222 S63, der wird Hamburg nach München das Ding sowas von stehen lassen.
2.2 tons.
Obviously, you've got more power. And what other systems you've got? You've got a limited slip differential on the rear axle.
Yes.
And torque vectoring.
We are able to shift the power between the left and the right rear wheel here. We also have two-speed gearbox in the electric motor.
And when does the second gear come in?
Aber wenn die Kiste erstmal rollt, dann spielt das Gewicht auch keine so große Rolle, solange die Masse nicht mehr beschleunigt werden muss. Ja, hast du sicherlich recht, aber hast du jemals gesehen, dass du in Hamburg losfährst und bis München durchrollst, mein Lieber? Also ich nicht. Da muss man schon echt oft neu beschleunigen und neu ansetzen.
What speed?
That always depends at latest at 140, sometimes even earlier. But this allows us to have the full torque again when you're going from 100 to 200, 220 to 50.
In terms of performance, what kind of 0 to 60, 0 to 100 kilometre an hour time do you think this will do?
I know it does 3.3 seconds.
But the reality is it'll probably do quicker, won't it? Do you reckon it's possible to break the 3-second mark with this car? Might I be lucky when I eventually review it? Do you reckon I could get sub 3?
Maybe if you do it.
Okay.
Now
Right.
we have to keep in mind it's a 2.6 ton car. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really heavy, but it's not only about being fast; it's also about being agile, and this is really what this car is.
Speaking of which then, does it have the drift mode?
It does not have a drift mode.
Oh, what?
It does
No.
not have a race mode. So
It doesn't have race mode?
No. The
What?
S-Class does not have a race mode.
Oh no, I bet there was like some crazy internal discussions. We've got to give it race mode. No, it's an S-Class, we can't have race mode. And it was...
I'm not saying there were no discussions. And also in Sports Plus, it is very dynamic, very agile. We have added some other systems here. For example, you have standard rear axle steering.
I want drift mode.
No drift mode.
Go on then, you got rear axle steering like on the C
Ist das nicht auch 4MATIC?
class?
Yeah.
Like on the GT as well?
Yeah, we have 2.5 degrees here. The GT has a little bit less, but we have a larger wheelbase. And we have a active roll stabilization standard here.
Right, okay, so keep it nice and flat in the bends.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an electromechanical system, so it's not a hydraulical system. It can adapt 500
Mich triggern die Scheiben so hart, also dass die Scheiben nicht colorverglast sind.
times a second to really keep the car always in a very good position. And it does not just improve the performance and the driving dynamics, but also the comfort, because you don't have any copying effects.
Okay, that brings you on to something else. So what other upgrades are there to the suspension and chassis compared to the normal S-Class?
Yeah, I mean, we have taken some measures in the chassis, like for example, we have aluminum truss fields underneath the engine, we have extra struts, and we have special CFK in the trunk that holds the battery and also stiffens the rear again.
The suspension itself, you've got air suspension as standard, obviously. Have you recalibrated that?
Yeah, it has been completely recalibrated, and we also have external valves for independently adjusting the rebound and the compression rate.
Right, how about the spring rates? Are they the same or are they made a bit stiffer as well?
They are also a bit stiffer, but still very comfortable. It's not as comfortable as a Maybach, maybe, but it's really as comfortable as a normal S-Class is.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, I mean, with these independent rebound and compression valves here, we can increase the spread between comfort and sports by 200% compared to the normal air suspension.
Das ist heftig.
Notice the brakes here, carbon ceramics with lovely gold calipers. Are these standard?
No, these are
Aber das finde ich bei meiner Generation Luftfahrwerk auch schon heftig, dass man so zwischen Komfort und Sport halt einen Unterschied hat wie Himmel und Hölle. Das ist so krass.
extra. Standard will come with steel brakes with 400 millimeters. Here we have even 420 millimeter
They're
discs.
massive. How many pistons you got in those calipers?
We have 6 pistons here.
Okay, how about the rear? What's the size of the rear disc?
The rear is 380 millimeters.
Yeah, you've done your homework, right? Yeah. Is there anything else about this car that we should know? The price. Okay, so you guys haven't revealed the price yet.
No.
But it'll be more expensive than the AMG GT.
You can imagine it's going to be a little more expensive.
A little bit more. If it's more expensive, then why doesn't it have more power?
It does not have more power, but it has many other options that you cannot have in a GT. The GT is a sports car, and this is a sports car and a luxury limousine.
When are you going to announce the price?
I will announce the price on January.
Digga, ein S63 ist kein Sportscar. Nicht mal, wenn du 1000 PS drauf machst, wird das jemals ein Sportscar sein. Nicht mal, wenn du es mit Gewinde auf die Fresse legst, wird das ein Sportscar sein. Ich bin mit einem S500 über den Bilsterberg gefahren. Und ich kann euch sagen, es ist kein Sportscar. Weiter entfernt von einem Sportscar kann man nicht sein.
January 31st.
Okay, so look out for that.
Und der wog nur 2,2 Tonnen und keine 2,6. Ja, schönes Video. Oh Gott, das hat mich schon wieder alles so angestrengt, Alter. Chat, mein Drink ist fast leer. Das hat schon wieder emotional damage bei mir ausgelöst. Ist auf jeden Fall nicht mehr mein Mercedes, mit dem ich mich identifizieren kann.